YouTube! ¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video. Right, today is just a little advice because I've been getting asked quite frequently, how do you get better at PvP Brave Battles? And yeah, there is not really a simple answer to that. I mean, it's not that straightforward to get better at PvP Brave Battles. Like, let's just put it out there because obviously Brave Battles is ruled by a meta. So if you don't have those meta units, you won't be able to compete with other people. So let me break it down for you quickly. Right. So as you can see, I'm currently in Lieutenant, and in case you're asking yourself which rank should you aspire to get to, I always recommend getting to rank to seed 3 to third seed, and to basically try and maintain third seed. Like going above third seed is not really worth it unless you really want to. Like I usually maintain third and lieutenant, sometimes captain. But the thing about is, if you want to go from captain to head captain, it is really annoying because there's a lot of people out there that are very competitive. So in order to get there, you got to spend orbs in order to get tickets, in order to do more PvP battles, which is not a problem, but I can't be bothered spending orbs for PvP battles. So yeah, I chill at lieutenant and I just do the daily free runs, and that's enough to remain in lieutenant, and that's good enough for me. But yeah, let's dive more deeply into the topic PvP, Brave Battles in Bleach Brave Souls. Right. In order to get better Bleach Brave Souls PvP, yeah, you got obviously first of all get your team right. So as you can see, this is a team which I'm using, and then I have this team I'm using, and then I have this team I'm using, then I have this team I'm using, and I even have, where is it, a team with Aizen. So I have an SP character in there. So I use different teams depending on which opponent I'm facing. Right. Then again, I have this team too. This is like my fun around team. Yeah, but no worries. In order to be better at Brave Battles, you always, first rule is choose your opponent wisely. Like, say for example, I'm using this team. Like running against maybe this first guy is not the smartest choice. Yeah. Or maybe running again. Let's quickly refresh it. So running against this Sinatra guy, maybe not also the smartest choice, because they have a Yiwak too, they have a Retsu, which is not really the problem, and they have a Chad. If I check it out, Chad is max transcended, yeah. Yiwak is max transcended, and who would have thought Retsu Yachiro is max transcended too? All of them are max transcended, but all of them except Yiwak with defense. So that's a very tanky team. So going against that team with this team is not going to work. Even if I use my full invincibility team, it's not going to work. Yes, I might beat Chat, but what about Retsu and Yuach? They are just going to run over this team. Similarly, trying to use a hybrid team is also not going to work. So the first rule in Brave Battles in BBS is to choose your opponents wisely. So what I usually do is I keep on refreshing the list and just look for somebody where I see, all right, I can beat them. I usually only fight against the people where it says a score ×2, since like it says, you get in the ×2 score. So obviously I could be fighting, I don't know, somebody else, like maybe Mad Viking here with a full invincibility team, yeah, and probably beat him. But that's not what I'm trying to do, because he don't give me score ×2. So that's why I usually try to go for opponents where I see ×2 and where I see the requirements for me to be in their team are there. So say for example this Komore, I probably could beat him with this team. However, it might be a close one. Even if I throw Yiwak in there, it might be a close one. So I don't want to risk it, and I try to not diminish my win streak. So at the moment I've got 24 win streaks, and after 6 or more win streaks you get 1,000 points per enemy if you beat those opponents with score ×2. So bear that in mind, and that's actually crucial to maintain ranks at the higher ranks. So let's keep on zapping through this. Let's look for somebody. Right, Jerzo BR, don't want to risk it. I usually try and skip teams where I see Yuach in it as well. See, like this bottom guy where there is weirdly no name whatsoever, he is an easy target. So if I was to choose This full invincibility team, this team doesn't stand a chance. Like, it's instantly gone. But again, like I said, I'm not getting ×2. So I personally won't fight against people like that. So that's a rule number 2, choosing your opponents wisely. So as you can see, the first guy here, Celtic, he's a pretty easy kind of target for me. So what I do, I could choose this team. I could also choose this team. So right. So let's jump into this fight with this team. Right. So I'm making sure my chat, for instance, is facing any opponents, any enemy Yiwaks or Kureyashiki or Kenpachis usually. So in this case, I'm facing my Yiwak against the Yama and my Tsukishima against Jugram. Should be an easy hit. Jugram and Tsukishima both have invincibility. They're not going to harm each other. But yeah, let's do this fight and let's see how quickly we can end this. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As you can see, Yiwak instantly dead. Not Yiwak, Kureyashiki instantly dead. That's it. Easy win. Easy win. Easy 1k points. And there's no rocket science behind this. Like, there might be somebody saying, yeah, okay, what's the point of being competitive in PvP when you're only facing the weakest opponents? Well, that's the way this game is, bro. Like, you can't hope to beat the strongest opponents and reach higher ranks. That's what everyone else does. Nobody fights the strongest in brave battles. There's no point. Yeah, you won't be able to keep it up and to maintain higher ranks, and that's the problem. So you have to choose your opponents wisely. So for rule number first, choose your opponent wisely, build your team, then look for the easiest opponents, I'd even say. Try to always go for opponents that have score ×2. And in terms of strategy usage, I usually use special because I prioritize gathering. It says prioritize gathering soul bombs. It gives a 10% boost on stamina. I usually switch between special and attribute. So those are the two. Unless I'm running a full SP team, I'm using attack. But in general, I'm running these two. A full SP team makes sense if I'm facing a full team of Kenpachi, Kureyashiki, and Yiwak. Like with a squad of Yama or Daddy Ichigo and 7th Ichigo and or Artbook Ichigo and Aizen 6th Anniversary Aizen, you're basically running over those teams like it's nothing. Yeah, but yeah, that's another video worth. But definitely that's the way I do it. So I beat one guy, as you can see, I got 1k points. I've climbed up the ranks, 50 ranks on top, and I maintained my winning score. So next team, let's go for this Seijuro. So this guy is actually another prime example. So I'm going to face my chat against his Kureyashiki, my Tsukishima against his chat because his chat doesn't have ignore brave battle invincibility. So I'm taking him out with Tsukishima, and Jugram is gonna face against my Yiwak. This should be a fairly easy fight. Let's jump into this. Right, we're there. So he's using the wrong strategy too for some reason, but yeah, that's I don't understand it. But yeah, as you can see, it quickly finished it very easily, very very easily. And by the way, the the abilities you want to be going for with these characters, I recommend for Yiwak, if you're trying to run the same team, go with Dodge and Pierce Barrier. For Tsukishima, go with Full Stamp Damage Boost and Pierce Barrier. I had this set up from way earlier. Let me just check. Yeah, Pierce Barrier seemed to be the most efficient for Yiwak, but I'm thinking of changing this maybe to Dodge again in the future. Might see. Currently, I'm running chat with Start Barrier and low stamina damage boost. I will be changing Start Barrier to Dodge. I switched it to Dodge and went back to Start Barrier because I was going to try something else. But yeah, I forgot to change it to Dodge. So I recommend for chat, low stamp damage and Dodge. That's the way to go. So as you can see, I beat the next opponent, 26 win scores. Now I'm ranked 685. I'm in the middle of lieutenants right now. So now I'm looking for the next opponent, right? And that's how I do this. Right here at the bottom, this guy should be fairly easy. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to bring our Tsukishima against his Kenny, my Chad against his Kuriyashiki, and Iwak against Yama. And that should be also an easy run. Actually, I didn't bother checking if there is any 5 of 5 units right there, but it should be easy. Right, Yama and Kenny are dead. Kuriyashiki is dead, and Kenpachi is dead. Okay, so that was an easy run. Nicely done. And that's all there is basically to this. Like there is, like I said, that's not rocket science. It's basically all about choosing the right opponents, building different teams. Really, that's really crucial. Build different teams for different opponents. That way you can always switch around and choose which team you're facing against which opponent. Yeah, and that way you're good to go, and you should be able to climb the ranks fairly easy. I hope this video was helpful to some of you. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I would like to get some suggestions from you guys as well, and some wishes, future wishes for videos which you would like to see. And yeah, as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.